Very sad. All right. Good morning, people.
Good morning.
Welcome. Thank you for coming out today.
11:04.
It's 11:04. Thank you. Just before we begin today, I just want to ask the board that we move one of the agenda items, number 1A, management company vote, and to start March 1st, to the very last item, number 16. It's very important we get through everything, and we can do this very quickly. It's been asked, and this is Andrew from Allied.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome him. He just confirmed that you are free to comment at the end of all the board business today. And I guess that's the normal way it's usually done. The reason why is not because we don't want to hear you, but because it's an extremely long agenda, and the whole purpose is really separating River Shores out, which is basically the request of both River Terrace and River Bend. So, is the board agreeable to put the management company at the last item?
Are we voting on accepting the agenda as is?
Well, I just made one amendment. Is that agreed?
Well, I would like a vote on whether to have this entire agenda.
Okay, we could do that. Is there a vote to accept the agenda the way it is? Mrs. Cook, do you make a motion to accept the agenda as presented, except the one item I've asked for to be moved to the end?
Okay.
Is there a second? Yes.
Opposed?
Opposed? Peg, yes?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes. So it's 3-4. There is a quorum per the Middle River condo docs that at least two buildings are present. We are here. Sean is representing River Bend. Peg, Janet, and Tony are representing River Shores. There is a quorum. Is the board in agreement? Yes.
Yes.
The acceptance or rejection of the previous board minutes dated December 22nd, 2018. Is there a motion to accept the minutes as presented?
Yes.
So Janet, Peg.
Gene sent something in email about things that he saw were missing from the agenda.
Okay.
Can we amend those and put that email in the minutes?
I don't believe so. He's not on the board. You are. You can.
I could make a motion to accept, to append Gene's email from yesterday, was it? To the minutes.
Okay. So right now there's a first and second to accept the minutes to. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Let me talk it through.
Okay.
So we do it. We try to do it right.
Okay.
I'm trying to do it right. There's a first and second. There's a first and second to accept the board minutes as
Right.
presented. You would like an amendment to the motion.
Yes.
Is there a second to amend the minutes as per what Jean would like?
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Does anybody want to accept what Jean wrote to amend the minutes?
Well, that's what the motion was about. That's
So
what
the board
amendment-
has to agree.
Yes.
So you want to amend what Jean put in there? Okay.
It's just little things that weren't important and,
Okay.
you know.
All right. So they will be amended, and then Peg, whatever Jean wants, will do. How are you voting to do that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes. No,
No.
no. It does not pass. So there's a motion on the floor to accept the minutes as presented. There's a first and second. The amendment to the minutes did not pass. Is there a motion to accept the minutes as there was a first and second? Is now a board vote to accept the minutes as presented?
Vote to accept them.
Accept?
As
Abstain.
Then it's no. Okay. Yeah. Just a second. All right, I'll just let the tape. The board board number 1, board reorganization bank account bill pay. There is no River Terrace representative here, and as you know, our plan is to turn this all over to Allied Management Company. So right now there are bills that have to be paid. There's insurance that has to go out for March 1st. We don't have time to run to the bank, so, I'm sorry, and also to reorganize. Currently, there is no president. Sean is director, Peg is secretary, Janet is director, Tony is treasurer. Is there any, first item, is there any amendment to the reorganization? We're just leaving it be. Motion to get different titles or whatever, the condo
Well,
docs.
could you put John to the title of this thing?
Sean, would you like to be president?
No, no.
No, yeah, it's always, yeah. Okay, well, it looks like we're gonna have to stay with those titles, because I'm already, Janet doesn't want to be president, she resigned from president. So we're gonna stay with those titles, same titles. The bank account, we used to do it just with the bill pay. You can look at the bank statements. I gotta get moving with paying bills. I can't play anymore. So we're just gonna make a motion to do the bill pay. You could review them, do whatever you want. Is there a motion to do the bill pay?
Well, excuse me, can you explain what you mean by doing the bill pay?
Going online and paying whatever bills come in that are required.
And how many people have said you have to co-sign on that?
I don't know. I just have access to get into the account. You can review the bank statements, because they're gonna do a whole new bank account. So it's kind of a waste of time, yeah, it's just kind of a waste of time to go back to the bank and do all this. I don't have time. The insurance is due on the 1st.
Right.
So I can't, we gotta move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there a motion to do the bill pay? You can look at the bank statements, you can have copies of the bank statements, you can review everything and
So, I make a
motion, Peg. Second, Janet. Board approval. Sean?
Approved.
Yes. Yes. Janet?
Yes.
Yes. All of us, yes. We're moving the management company to the end of the agenda. The next item, number 2, Middle River Club to reimburse River Shores for the following. There's a final bill from River Shores to be sent to River Bend and River Terrace for security expense. So let me explain this quickly. Andrew, you could take a listen. There is a different percentage for the gate system, the fence and the gates and that security. It goes by apartment rather than the Middle River Club percentage of 63%. It goes, River Shores has 73%, and then whatever the percentage is for River Bend and River Terrace. So every year on December 31st, that's how I do it, I send a bill to River Terrace and River Bend for their percentage, the difference of the 73%, and they simply reimburse River Shores. So I would like to do that for tomorrow and send out the final bill, because we're moving towards a management company. And then you will just reimburse, just like it's December, and then we'll discuss that. Is there a motion to go ahead with that?
I make a motion to go ahead.
Peg.
Janet,
Or
yes.
second, Janet. Board agreement, we have to get it anyway, so we're changing a whole situation here. Is the board in agreement?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing as December, folks, nothing changes, it's just coming early this year. So
And
board,
what time period is this for?
it will be January 1st till February 28th. So all the clickers go in and then whatever expenses. So I'll give you a quick update. That gate that was busted, I prepaid that, so because on the next item I have to discuss. So it's paid in full, it's taken care of. We're just waiting for him to come out and take care of it. The next item, because it's on a different percentage, because it's on a different percentage, you're basically, for these years, have reimbursed River Shores. Well, now the management company is taking over. There has to be a capital contribution. So to make my math simple in my head, they have to have seed money when there's a repair on the gate. Okay? So let's say it's $10,000. The board has to decide that now, how much that seed money is going to be. And then River Shores, for easy numbers, it's $10,000. River Shores would have to contribute $7,300, and then whatever the percentage, which I don't remember off the top of my head, the two buildings would have to make up that difference. The company would have to hold that in a separate account, and when a bill comes in for the gate and the security, they would have to take those funds out of it. Do you understand?
No, they don't understand.
Okay, and that's,
No,
it's a complicated,
Yeah.
not,
No,
it's
I-
simple, but it's, because it's two separate percentages.
Well,
Does
who
everybody?
doesn't understand? They
Okay,
have
do
to
you
make it
understand that,
clear.
Sean?
I understand that. The question I have is, if we do that, and it requires, will this require a special assessment?
No, I can't answer that for the buildings. I
So the
cannot
buildings have the authority?
have the authority, however they get that seed money. It's called a capital contribution. So they have to have a separate bank account for that, and then they pay the repair of the gate. That's why I paid that, it was $4,500. So we didn't maybe have to do 10,000. So the board has to decide, do you want it 5, 7, 8, maybe Andrew can throw, well, he doesn't really know, well, because he doesn't see the expenses that come in. So I could
You do, so what would you recommend? You're talking
Why do we do
10,000?
5,000? Well, 10 may be pushing, because I just did the gate. That's an unusual situation. There's usually a $2,000, $1,000. Why don't we do 5,000, all right? So I'm looking for a motion for a capital contribution for the security/gate expenses, that we all contribute whatever those, River Shores is 73, whatever, and then however that needs to be done, Andrew, I guess we'll all write our percentage, or I'll just,
To the middle? Okay,
yeah.
just remind everyone. It's Middle River Club
Yes.
that's opening the account. We do the administrative oversight as a manager, okay? It's Middle River Club's account.
Yes.
Account, okay, just so everyone, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think they all know that,
Okay,
yeah.
just wanna make sure.
No, yeah, it'll be, not right now, Middle River Club only has one account, and that's with the regular percentages for the club, the 63, the whatever.
Okay, you ready for motion?
Yes, go ahead,
I
Peg.
make a motion that we make $5,000 for the
Capital
capital
contribution.
contribution fund.
Okay, Peg?
And what percentages would go to the buildings?
No, I don't remember right off the top, maybe they remember.
Is it 60?
No, it's not, it's a different percentage.
Okay.
Sean.
Yeah,
I think we're at 16 or 17, Sean.
yeah.
Okay.
We have I know River Shore, it's 73 point whatever.
Okay, so it's.
So whatever
other
73% of $5,000 is, we pay, and it's gonna have to be a separate check from River Shores to Middle River Club for that amount. Okay, is there a second?
Yes.
Janet, is the board in agreement for 5,000 capital contribution?
Yes.
Yes, okay, we all agree. Reimbursement for past insurance premium not fully charged. River Shores, the lawyer had said this is what we need to do in the board meeting for Middle River Club. When all the magnifying glass got on everything to review over the last year, and now when the insurance became separate, because you remember, maybe you don't, the liability used to be on River Shores policy, and I used to charge back like 14%. It was something I remembered from 20 years ago. Well, it's more like 18%, and how that was figured out was, once the Middle River Club was removed from the River Shores policy, it was the difference that was saved by River Shores became the percentage, and you got all that paperwork that was in the email. So when I look back all these years, Middle River Club was not charged enough. So that is a reimbursement back to River Shores for the 4,000. Plus there are other other invoices that were actually attached, like these last 2 months of service to the club, plus like the bulk. I don't remember everything that was there. Hold on a second. The bulk reimbursement, the fertilizer reimbursement, the hedges, it was all documented. Yeah. So, is there a motion from the board to move forward with that payment to
Can I
River
ask a
Shores?
question, please?
Yes, please.
What time period does this $4,000 reflect?
I think it goes back 7 years. You had all the invoices. Oh, 2013, 2012, 2011. See, again, Sean, just to remind and I also did a nice little spreadsheet, which you're free to share with everybody. You have to remember, nothing was ever an exact science, and it was not about getting more out of the club from River Shores. It's that when the subject came up, you know, what about this, what about that? So now the magnifying glass took place. You see what I'm
I see
saying?
what you're saying. I have a question in terms of basic accounting.
Okay,
I'm not sure what it means to pay a debt, resolve something that was an expense that was accrued in 2012.
right,
In 2019. I think that presents certain accounting problems.
Okay.
And possibly tax problems that I'd like to sort of understand first.
okay. So tax problems, I have not seen where you're going with that. Why do you think it's a homeowners association tax return, so that's not an issue. So the second issue is I did a nice little breakdown of what was charged and what should have been charged based on the percentage. It's more like 18 instead of 14. And again, as I clearly stated, it was something from memory, 14%. But based on the 2018 premium, the savings River Shores had, I had to come up with something. So when I started going back in all those years, because I had all the records, it adds up to 14,000. So,
Didn't you send them all these,
of course I did.
Oh, so why are they questioning that?
Well, he's allowed.
Oh, no,
He's allowed.
okay. Well, I thought you didn't get
Sean,
it.
there's no problem. I have no problem whatsoever. But again, this is not really how I prefer to do all this stuff. There was never, how much was the gas on the barbecue? Could it have been $5 more? Did we pay, say, Steve and Basil an extra bonus? So there was never 100% exact. Now we're going to get 100% exact, but we have to remedy what took place in the past.
Right.
So, is there a motion, and this is what the lawyer said for us to do in a Middle River Club board meeting. So, is there a motion? They got all the invoices, they can go over it, however it needs to go in the future. Is there a motion to, wait a second. Is there a motion to reimburse River Shores, whatever it adds up to? I think it's, the total is like 11,000. Again, it's all documented, you have everything. Is there a motion to reimburse River Shores for the 11,000, whatever it adds up to? What I have currently, yes. There's a, Janet. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Peg. Board vote. You could, it's, okay, Peg yes, Janet?
Yes.
Tony yes?
No, because I'm still confused about paying something
Oh,
a debt from
confused.
2012.
So, no, Sean, no. Okay. And again, the attorney was clear this had to be done. Not a problem.
And he has
parking-
all these papers?
Oh, yes,
Okay, all right.
absolutely.
But he's
They can share them, they can, wherever. Item C, parking in front of the directory. There are 3 spaces charged back as security expenses, to be charged back expenses, $2 per day per space to begin March 1st. So let me tell you why. It really almost has nothing per se to do with money, and that would be charged back at the 73%, the higher percentage to River Shores. It is a shared space in front of that directory, and similarly, it should be a shared liability. So it's not about, like, the car had to be towed out there. Well, in essence, when is Tony getting off his ass and towing that car? Well, it should be shared among the 3 buildings. So that's basically, it's an easement to, which it's been there for years, it just wasn't charged for, but the 2 buildings need to be actively involved in the management of the club. I mean, we're going to have a professional manager now, but the liability needs to be shared. So that will be a charge back. Is there a motion? Sean, do you have any questions on that? Again, River Shores is paying 73%. We're not talking much.
Okay, the question I have,
Yeah.
it begins March 1st, 2019.
Yes.
So this is no back pay?
No.
This is just in the
It's
future?
forward, yeah. And really, how it came up was with that car being towed, because, you know, the people in both buildings, in essence, when's Tony getting off his ass and getting that car towed? So now, we can have shared responsibility. So we can say whoever is the River Terrace rep, or you, or whoever, now it's not just Tony, or the manager, not Tony much longer, but whoever is on River Shores, it's not just one building's responsibility, or one building's liability. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's now shared, which I think is very important.
But
Yes?
the insurance liability will still be River Shores because it's an easement. So the
You know
ownership
what,
is still
Peg?
River Shores?
That one, I don't know, I would have to ask Camille, but it would be covered under one or both policies, probably both policies
Yeah.
on the liability.
I think that should be clarified.
I'd have to ask Camille on that, I don't know. So, is there a motion for this new shared responsibility liability?
I make a motion that we.
Yeah,
second.
Peg, Janet, Ford?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, Sean, good. Okay, change in legal address of Middle River Club to either 3050 or 3010. I did not know if River Terrace was showing up, one of the reps or not, so I have no idea. So, you know, River Shores, it has always been at 3000, the Middle River Club. So, maybe it's time, it's 50 years, let's change it to a different address,
Two questions on this.
okay?
First of all, who accepts process?
I think Mr. Anderson was the last resident, designated, I'll think of it, the one who takes the service of process, registered agent, there we go, it would come
Okay.
out, yeah.
So that probably should be changed.
Yeah, well, I have to tell you how it normally is done, it's any one of the board members, they'll find us when it
Yeah.
comes down, yeah, so that's not a,
And secondly, if we're changing the address, because I remember the budget has a office rental in River Shores.
oh, that's all gonna go away.
So, okay, so that's gonna cease as of March 1st?
There he is.
Right, but we're not, but then
Yeah.
there'll be, so that's $500 less per month.
Correct. Oh yeah, River Shore, we're trying to get River Shores out of all this. No, except for the little parking and the garbage, which when I get to, we'll discuss the garbage. And why it would really be asinine to put a dumpster here, but we're not at that point yet, Sean.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem making River Bend the legal address? It has to be a legal
Right, I understand it has to be a
legal place.
I understand it has to be a legal address, I'm not sure what it means. Now, as I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, River Bend does have a mail slot for River Bend?
Yes.
And does anyone know if River Terrace does?
Yes. Yes, they both do.
So it would be physically possible?
It's not just, just so you know, I'll be clear, it's not just resident for legal process. It needs to be so they have a physical address, and actually River Bend is very close to the club.
So this would be the guy that comes and inspects the pool, he would know who to talk to?
Well, no,
where to go,
they need a physical, it's just always understood it was River Shores of Devon 3000, because that's where the office was.
Right.
So we don't want that confusion anymore, Peg. We want it clear
Yeah,
that
I
it's,
get that.
oh, okay.
And they need a place to send bills and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
well, no, the bills are gonna be taken care of, Andrew's gonna take those.
He's the manager, he's gonna be the manager.
Okay.
Any bills from Middle River go to my office.
Address for this building? Where's his bills coming to?
What's he saying?
Where did your bills coming, all the Middle
Middle
River?
River
We
bills?
have bills sent to our box and our other
No, they
box.
go to us.
He picks them up and takes them, our manager, so that's not gonna work.
No, Middle River, bills for Middle River will come to our offices, will be emailed to our offices.
But I'm thinking the fire inspector, the people that come and inspect the properties, where would their bills go? They would go,
They're gonna-
Well, yeah, go ahead.
but
They go to
where
us.
would their reports go to?
Well, instead of it having 3000, it would have 3010 as the legal address.
Or
So
3050.
the inspector is gonna find the clubhouse.
Yes.
It's gonna say clubhouse, and it's just not gonna be River Shore. This way, whoever is up in that office, Tony, Jesus, anybody, if there can't be, well, somebody's whatever. Now, you can send it to River Bend, let's say, and they can get the mail, say the fire inspection report, because that's not a bill, right?
No.
So-
Report.
That's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work. Okay. So if River Shores does not have,
Okay, so there'd be a
Empties our
problem.
mailbox, she's gonna take everything, gonna create another mess. But ain't broke, don't fix it.
Can we
Oh.
establish an address for this building so that the management company could have access to the mailbox and take what they need and?
That's what our manager does, she has our key, she takes our mail.
Right.
His mail's in there, she's gonna take that too.
well, it
Not
won't be
gonna work.
bills.
And I don't care what it is, it's not gonna work.
Okay, it's not
You know
gonna
what?
work.
Put a mailbox on the side of the building.
Okay,
Since the Middle River Club consists of Three River Shores residents, it makes sense that it's Bad River Tourist.
well, I'm trying to get us out of
You
it,
know,
Peg.
yeah,
You're
but we're
talking
the
a piece of
majority
paper.
board members, so there's.
Well, no,
nothing
it's a
we can
legal,
do
no,
about
it's a
that.
legal address. You see,
So
that's,
the way it is, you're talking about a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It comes to our mailbox, a fire report, our manager's gonna take it, and you'll never see it again.
Right, they, yeah.
And vice
As
versa.
is
Yeah,
terraces.
And we're the majority board members.
well, why do
What is the
I,
manager saying?
Andrew, yeah, isn't it asinine? Of course it's asinine, I know
Yeah,
that.
it just, to me, it
do you-
makes sense.
So, but I really, I guess we can try and look for a separate, maybe they'll put a separate address here or something, cause,
PO box?
Well,
no, it has to be a legal, it
That
has
would
to
cost
be.
money, probably, to put a separate address up. There's also the another possibility, and I don't know if we can figure it out today, is we set up another mail slot at either Terrace Bend or Shores, where the stuff goes to.
Well, again, it would either have to be, just so you're clear, Sean, 3,000, 30, 50.